Our home is Gibraltar. We've been around for a long time. We moved our entire global space back into Gibraltar. We were also regulated across the United States and pulled out of that quite intentionally, I think 4 years ago now. We didn't really see that as our target or relevant market, and it's complex from lots of different reasons, so we decided not to do that. Gib has always been very forward-looking, especially in the space. It's been incredibly advanced. The US can take 7 years to adapt its regulation and policy, and Gib is much more nimble and fast-moving, and we think that it's definitely the right place for us to be. So that will not change.
If you don't see the US as your target market, why invest so much in positioning yourselves there for this event?
Yeah, well, I mean, the US is a standard setter, right? Whether you like it or not, it's the largest economy in the world, and to think. I mean, if I think of 5 or 10 years ago, a presidential campaign involving a Bitcoin conference, I would have said you've got to be joking. So they are really sending a very strong message out to the world, and that is really why we want to be aligned with that message.
You mentioned some of the comments from Donald Trump. He, of course, has done a 180 since the last time he ran for president when it comes to crypto. Xapo sponsored the event. Trump is one of the main speakers, the keynote speaker. Is Xapo supporting Trump?
No, absolutely not. We're completely nonpartisan. And as I said, I think people might only see the snapshot of Donald Trump. I think I mentioned Robert Kennedy, the other candidate, in his own capacity running the day before. And Harris has also reached out. It's become public now. She's reaching out to the crypto ecosystem on a much more private basis, to all the large groups, really trying to kind of swing the message. So the 180 that you're sort of referring to, that's something that's happening cross-party across the whole United States. I think they're seeing it now. The analogy to the steel industry, it's not directly relevant, but it's a global emerging new industry and technology, and the United States, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, or one of the leaders, they're all completely aligned. So we're absolutely not committed to any party in any way.
But ultimately, you were the main sponsor and you had the Republican candidate speak, not the Democratic candidate. Does Xapo have a preferential presidential candidate?
No, absolutely not. We can't have a preferential candidate. As I say, we see it as incredibly positive that they're both constructive, forward-looking, and positive. I think Donald Trump is likely to be more immediate. I mean, he made public statements at the event that he would fire the head of the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, on day one. He is not a popular character in the industry or in the space. So I'd probably venture out to say that if you're really properly blockchain native, you would probably be more excited about the message you're hearing from Trump than Harris. But as I say, from our point of view, we look at this from a global standard setting perspective, and we're not linked either to the United States political parties or that market, so not really relevant.